Boundaries. Today's topic is about boundaries because it's something that's so important, and I see this come up over and over and over again. And one of the things I did speak about this in one of my previous videos was that one of the 3 requisites for change is that you have to enforce boundaries. Now, often people really struggle with having boundaries for themselves. And instead of enforcing their own boundaries, they don't have boundaries. They're very wishy-washy. And then they get quite upset when people take advantage of them, or people, don't give them any boundaries for themselves. So this is one of the really important things, right? It's that you have to set your own boundaries. You have to be firm and knowing what are your boundaries, what's okay for you, what's right within you in your soul. And, there's different reasons why people sometimes struggle with boundaries. Often, if children have been abused in some way when they're young, they may have a real difficulty understanding boundaries and setting boundaries for themselves and understanding other people's boundaries, because they're, often in abuse, there's no boundaries, there's lack of boundaries, and there's no respect and those kinds of things. So it's important that you set boundaries and you communicate your boundaries, and that you don't give away your power to other people expecting them to empower you with it. Okay? Because your boundaries and your power is your responsibility. Don't give it away and then wonder why people aren't doing that for you, because it's not their job. Right? So a lot of the times when I hear people talk about how much honesty and integrity and all those kinds of things are important to them, it's usually because they've had some experience in the past where there's been lack of honesty or lack of integrity. And so you need to get really clear within yourself, know yourself, clear out any of the past emotional baggage that you've had, know where your boundaries are and enforce them and communicate them and stand strong on them. And don't have wishy-washy boundaries expecting other people to enforce them for you, because it won't happen, and it will always lead you to some kind of pain, disappointment, or any other thing. So, interesting one, right? And often people are concerned about setting up boundaries in case they upset anyone. I can tell you that the only people who get upset about you having boundaries are the ones who want to disrespect them or want to cross them. So it's a clear sign, if you've set up boundaries and people are getting upset by them, that, perhaps you need to reevaluate where they're at and what their intention is for you. So I hope that's helpful. Have a fantastic evening. I'll speak to you tomorrow.